right, welcome. So if you're here because you're wondering why being a nice guy is literally killing your chances with women here in the Bay Area, then keep watching. My name is Julia. I'm a dating coach for men here in the Silicon Valley who want to build successful relationships with women. So let's first break down what is a nice guy. Especially here in the Bay Area, we have a lot of really nice single men who are trying to use the same ineffective strategy harder in order to meet women, and it's just not going to work. So let's talk about what is even a nice guy, because we hear that term all the time. It's thrown out there. Don't be a nice guy. Be a nice guy. Women only go for the bad boys. Being a nice guy, you're always going to finish last. Nice guys finish last. Okay, we've heard it all before. Here's what I want to say. A nice guy fundamentally is someone who was raised to believe that his value comes from something outside of him. It's not just inherent within him because he's a man. So, what does that mean? That means he's found his value as a man in things like his job, his level of education, his physical appearance. Maybe it's a special talent or skill. Maybe he's extremely smart, maybe born that way, or maybe he developed it, and that is how he kind of defines his value is by being very smart in whatever field it is. Or he believes that his value comes from having an attractive partner or with the status of being in a relationship. Or maybe he only feels valuable when he's receiving a woman's love or sex from a woman. That makes him feel valued and a valuable man. Once he's gotten one of those things I've just listed, then he feels like he's enough, as though he's made it. In other words, a nice guy attaches to something that can be admired externally from other people in society, or it can be appreciated by other people because he himself does not see himself as inherently valuable, just being a man that he is. So, what does that mean? When he doesn't get those things that he has made himself believe are where he gets his value from. So when he doesn't get the girl, he doesn't get sex, he doesn't get approval of others when he's done something well, or when he's achieved a certain level in his life, deep, deep down, there's a void that has not been filled, and his self-esteem is actually very low, and he's just been able to cover it up by external attachments. It comes across as very unattractive to women because he unconsciously is going to be seeking women to approve of him, to validate him in some way. Now, don't get me wrong, doing nice things for women and respecting women or family members or colleagues, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not really talking so much about the behavior of what you're doing, right? Opening a door, paying for a woman's date, saying kind words to her. Those are things, of course, that's kind of like the bare minimum. We want to be doing that. And you expect, right, respect from women too that you would want to date. But with a nice guy, they are assuming there's this unspoken expectation that if he does all the things right, then that woman should like him. Then that woman shouldn't leave him. Then that woman should have sex with him. Now, the problem with the nice guy is that if he doesn't, for some reason, get what he wants, and he often doesn't because he has this energy of desperation and neediness. So when he doesn't get what he's seeking, he then believes that he's the problem, and then he doubles down on his nice guy behavior. He doubles down on the nice guy role even harder. And it just repels women fast. And I'll tell you why it's a dangerous mindset. Because women would rather go for the bad boy than the nice guy, because at least the bad boy, although he treats the woman badly and they don't end up creating a healthy relationship overall, at least he's acting on his own terms, the bad boy. He's not chasing women or trying to get women to like him. And this can be very attractive to women. Now, I don't want you to go and be a bad boy and try to, be a douchebag to all these women and think that you're going to have a successful relationship. You won't. But what we can do, because those are like two ends of the spectrum. We got the nice guy over here, very needy, very insecure. Then we got the bad boy who is insecure, but he's still kind of doing life on his own terms. He's not really needing anything from women. He kind of has this egocentric confidence to him. But a nice guy thinks that he's simply not enough. He thinks he's bad. He especially thinks he's bad with women, but he so desperately wants a woman to like him. He'll put her before anything else, and he'll make sure that he's perfect, so he never says the wrong thing. Therefore, he limits his opinions and is overly agreeable to women. Don't want to rock the boat. He also doesn't know what his boundaries are because he conforms himself to whatever the girl wants. Saying no to a woman, especially early on, or having a dissenting point of view is not comfortable for nice guys because he fears losing her more than he fears losing himself in that relationship. And over time, when the nice guy does what he thinks is the right thing to do again and again and again, but still gets women not really into him, not attracted to him, he falls further and further into despair, into hopelessness, into frustration, into all of this unnecessary suffering because he's still playing the nice guy role. He loses more of his sense of self and retreats from women altogether. Oftentimes just giving up, or worst case, settling for a woman who is definitely not in the right mindset to date. Typically an insecure, avoidant, or overly attached woman. All right, I'm going to give you a list of 5 statements, and if you say yes to any of these statements, you are likely adopting nice guy behavior. Okay, the first one is, I often feel frustrated or resentful because I don't get what I put into relationships. 2, I avoid taking risks and trying new things in order to keep everything safe. 3, I feel responsible for other people's happiness and problems. 4, I do things for others with the expectation that they'll like me or do things for me in return. 5, I never want women to know that I have flaws or that I make mistakes. Now, if this resonates with you, and if you said yes to any of those 5 statements, then you're likely operating from a perspective of a nice guy, which is why you're not going on those first dates or getting a second date. It's the reason you're not attracting confident women. Now, if that's the case, I want to reassure you that, like anything else, it is a skill. You've been socialized, you've been conditioned to be a nice guy in the definitions that we've talked about today, but you can also unlearn it. And there's a lot of misinformation out there, and there's a lot of pickup strategy, a lot of very performative things that other men are telling men to do, and it's just not going to work on meeting high quality, confident, stable, healthy, great women. They won't fall for the nice guy syndrome. They won't fall for overly cocky men. So I want to show you how to fix this problem. I want you to book a free 30-minute call with me where I'm going to confirm whether or not you're acting from this nice guy perspective. I'm going to troubleshoot your specific situation. Where are you going wrong? What sort of behaviors do you keep doing? How are you looking at dating? How are you looking at yourself as a man who is dating? All of those things play a factor in whether or not you're going to have a girlfriend this year. I'm going to show you how to fix it for good, and you'll have a game plan for the next 3 months on how to date women so you're actually getting a second, third, fourth, fifth date with those great women. Remember, nice guy syndrome is the reason women are not wanting to be in a relationship with you. Nice guy syndrome is the reason great men cannot land great women. It's the reason some men get the women of their dreams and why some men won't. And trust me, it has nothing to do with your looks, your job, your financial status, your past. It has nothing to do with that. It completely has everything to do with how you think and your perspective and the energy you're giving off women that is so hard to see on our own self, which is why having a free call with me is going to solve a lot of that problem for you. So go ahead, click the link below, schedule your free call. There's no obligation to buy. I'm going to walk you step by step on how we can change your dating life this year so you are in an amazing relationship with an amazing woman sooner than you can have ever even imagined. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for an incredible dating life here in the Bay Area with an incredible Bay Area woman? I think you're ready. Let's get started.